Michelle Obama. How oppressed is she? Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States, has become one of the most iconic public figures of the 21st century, known for her grace, intellect, and advocacy for children's health. She has managed to capture the hearts of many with her initiatives, but how oppressed is she really? Is the picture that the public sees of her one of true empowerment? Or is there more beneath the surface? A shocking revelation recently emerged. Michelle Obama admitted that she is afraid to get her driver's license renewed. This statement, combined with her reported fears about shopping at Whole Foods in Martha's Vineyard, caused quite a stir. To some, it seemed like a revelation about the challenges she faces in her life, but to others, it only further reinforced the perception of her being out of touch with the struggles of the everyday American. Tucker Carlson, known for his sharp insights, was taken aback by this admission. His reaction was one of complete disbelief, as he could not fathom how someone of Michelle Obama's stature could claim to feel oppressed in such a way. Michelle Obama has long been a symbol of grace, power, and strength. Yet the public image of her has been called into question by some. Behind the polished facade of the former First Lady, there are aspects of her life that leave many wondering if there are deeper, more complex issues at play. Is there something more to Michelle Obama's public persona that America is unaware of? Could her decisions, statements, and programs be reflecting a different story than the one being told in the media? One of the most well-known initiatives Michelle Obama championed during her time as First Lady was the Let's Move program, aimed at reducing childhood obesity in the United States. Launched in 2010, the initiative sought to tackle a pressing issue: the alarming rise in childhood obesity rates. With her platform as First Lady, Michelle Obama emphasized dietary changes, increased physical activity, and the improvement of school meals across the country. She famously declared that if we want to help our kids grow up healthy, we need to change how we eat, how we move, and how we live every single day. Despite its noble intentions, the Let's Move program faced significant criticism. One cornerstone of the initiative was the overhaul of school meals. Implemented under the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act, new standards required that meals reduce salt, sugar, and saturated fats while increasing the amount of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. However, not all students were happy with the changes. On social media, the hashtag thanks Michelle Obama began circulating, often accompanied by images of unappetizing, bland meals that left many students dissatisfied. In particular, athletes or students with high energy needs complained that the meals left them feeling hungry and unable to perform at their best. Schools also faced significant financial difficulties as they were required to purchase fresh, less processed food, which came with higher costs. Many schools in low-income areas struggled to balance budgets while meeting the new nutritional standards. Additionally, food waste became a serious concern, as students would often leave food uneaten because it didn't appeal to their taste preferences. The sight of overflowing trash bins in cafeterias frustrated both parents and teachers, leading to mounting pressure for change. Despite Michelle Obama and her team's hopes for a major shift in America's eating habits, studies revealed that the program's results were not as successful as anticipated. Childhood obesity rates didn't significantly decline, and the implementation of the program varied across states. Nutrition experts and politicians criticized the program for focusing too much on calorie reduction and not enough on taste or variety. Tucker Carlson, one of the program's most vocal critics, called the initiative a perfect example of government overreach. He argued that the government has no right to dictate what children should eat, stating that such decisions should be left to parents and schools. On air, Carlson commented, "This isn't just about food, this is about freedom." He also questioned the effectiveness of the program, saying that Michelle Obama's idea of a healthy meal, a small apple and steamed vegetables, might not be sufficient for growing kids who need energy to learn and play. He further criticized the program for wasting millions of taxpayer dollars, claiming it appeased nutrition activists while imposing pressure on already struggling schools. While Michelle Obama's initiative aimed to improve children's health, many parents felt that it imposed rigid policies on their schools and families. One parent shared, "We understand the need for healthy eating, but not all meals suit every child. These inflexible regulations only make things more difficult." In addition to her health initiatives, Michelle Obama's image has been shaped by her fashion choices and public lifestyle. As First Lady, she became an icon of elegance, frequently wearing expensive gowns from renowned designers such as Jason Wu and Alexander McQueen. While many admired her refined taste, others felt her expensive clothing choices distanced her from the struggles of the working class. Tucker Carlson was one of the most outspoken critics of Michelle Obama's fashion, noting that a $112,000 dress didn't speak to empathy and instead highlighted a disconnect from ordinary Americans. Carlson argued that such extravagant choices raised questions about Michelle Obama's ability to understand the struggles of those living paycheck to paycheck. This perception of detachment from the working class was further exacerbated by her personal lifestyle. In 2010, Michelle Obama took a vacation to Spain, which included a stay at a luxury hotel and was accompanied by an entourage of security personnel. While it was a private trip, the costs of security and transportation were funded by taxpayers, which sparked public outrage. At a time when millions of Americans were facing unemployment and financial hardship, Michelle Obama's lavish vacation seemed tone deaf. Carlson condemned the trip, calling it a slap in the face to the working class. Critics also questioned whether Michelle Obama's current lifestyle reflected the working class roots she often spoke about. Carlson continued to emphasize that while Michelle Obama could talk about growing up in a working class family in Chicago, her current lifestyle didn't reflect that. Many felt that the extravagant dresses, luxurious vacations, and high-class lifestyle Michelle led during her time as First Lady contradicted her message of understanding and supporting the struggles of ordinary people. Carlson's commentary sparked debates, with some agreeing that Michelle Obama was out of touch with the reality of everyday Americans, while others defended her right to enjoy the privileges that came with her position. Michelle Obama's public statements have also attracted criticism. In 2008, she made a controversial comment saying, "For the first time in my adult lifetime, I'm really proud of my country." This statement was met with outrage, particularly from conservatives. Tucker Carlson immediately reacted, calling it a blatant insult to patriotic Americans. Carlson questioned whether someone who claimed to represent the American people could speak in such a way about their country. Michelle later explained that her statement reflected her belief in the potential for positive societal change, but for many, this explanation did little to quell the criticism. Another famous phrase from Michelle Obama that sparked debate was, "When they go low, we go high." While many praised the phrase as a call for dignity and integrity in the face of political adversity, Carlson mocked it, claiming that it was hypocritical. He argued that the Obama family had no problem using political tactics that could be considered low blows when it suited their needs. Carlson also questioned the practicality of the philosophy, suggesting that in the harsh political environment of the U.S., constantly letting opponents knock you down would only make you appear weak. Michelle Obama's handling of racial issues also attracted attention. In one speech, she stated that even as First Lady, she still felt doubt and discrimination. Carlson criticized her for claiming unfair treatment while living in the White House and enjoying all the privileges America had to offer. He argued that by constantly emphasizing pain rather than the progress the country had made, Michelle Obama contributed to the division in society. Michelle's views on women's roles also faced criticism when she declared that women couldn't have it all at the same time. Carlson mocked her, suggesting that the message she was sending to young girls was one of limitation rather than empowerment. Carlson argued that instead of encouraging young girls to break boundaries, Michelle was telling them to accept their limitations throughout election campaigns. Michelle Obama emphasized the importance of voting, particularly for African Americans. Tucker Carlson criticized these efforts as divisive, accusing Michelle of focusing solely on one group rather than encouraging all Americans to vote. He argued that this approach served to manipulate a community for political purposes rather than unite the nation. Carlson also criticized Michelle Obama for using her role as First Lady to push partisan goals and build her personal image rather than simply representing all Americans. Michelle, according to Carlson, turned the position of First Lady into a public political platform. In doing so, she not only broke tradition but also set a dangerous precedent by politicizing the role.